Hey, scrappers and recyclers, it's Shark Scrapper. Those are aluminum. They are yet another victim of Hurricane Helene here in the Asheville area. Anybody want to take a guess what they are? Well, I'm going to let you guess, so think about that one for a little bit while I show you how I'm going to handle them, because they're a little bit big right now. As you can see, this is over 6 feet long, and that's a rather unwieldy length. So I am, oh, and by the way, I know that some of you are like, wait, really, that's aluminum? Yes, aluminum. So here is how I deal with this. I have a bin that my aluminum goes into, aluminum that I'm planning on keeping for future projects. And so it is 18 inches long. So we just take this, we take the tape measure, and then I just look for, you know, I can put it at the end there. I don't have to be exact here. I kind of set the wire cutter here. By the way, this is a DeWalt cable cutter, very useful tool. I highly recommend it for anybody that deals with heavy gauge cable, whether it's copper, aluminum, doesn't matter. This does a great job on it, as you're going to see. Now I just take hold of it and I put my thumb kind of around where the 18-inch part is. Put it up here. Flip that blade around. There we go. Move that down to there, mark 18. The one thing that I wish this cable cutter had was some way to move the blade up a little faster. It doesn't have any kind of reverse latch that would help me to make it, you know, get it around any faster. And that one's close enough to 18 inches. So I've cut that down to very reasonable size now. My plan is to build up a stock of good, clean aluminum. And then I'm going to be making some things out of it. I'm working on some, I'm learning, I'm studying casting, I'm watching YouTube videos on it, and I'm studying it from the, you know, from book knowledge as well. And then I'm going to start messing around with some small pores. I think it's going to be fun to make some cool stuff. And this is a very artsy place up here in Asheville, so I might even have the opportunity to sell some of this through the local artisan shops. Did you figure out what this is yet? If you haven't figured out what these are yet, imagine all of these, plus the two that I've already cut up, all of those strands wound together as one very thick cable, and they were all wound around a steel strength cable. I think by now some of you may have figured out that this is a section of what used to be the high power line, high voltage, high tension line that ran behind my house that was taken out by Hurricane Helene. Those are decommissioned power lines there, and I don't know how they're going to clean all that mess out. Eventually, once things settle down, I'm sure Duke Energy will get in here and get this cleaned up. My property line actually goes out to the middle of this area, but there's nothing I can do there until that cabling gets cleaned up. The power company came in and kind of cleaned out stuff. They they pulled, I don't know, 5, 6 miles of cable out of there, but they left chunks of the cable behind where they were cutting it out from falls and binds and stuff and snags. And they just left these behind. So I am doing my neighbors a favor, and whenever I find these, I grab them up, and we're going to cut it down, and we're going to use these for some aluminum projects. Now, Duke also left behind just some miscellaneous stuff, right? So here are some of the cable brackets that they left behind and some more wire. They also left behind, and I have to go in and pull one out. It's really heavy. The ceramic insulators that the cables were hanging from. So when I get one of those pulled out from the muck and weeds that are back there, I'll show that to you as well. Some of you may have joined us on a recent Sunday live stream where we were talking about scrap laws. Now, here in North Carolina, I am considered a secondary metal recycler, and they have a very specific regulation under Article 66-424C. Any secondary metal recycler shall not purchase any of the following: any regulated metal marked with the initials or other identification of a telephone, cable, electric, water, or other public utility, or any brewer. Okay, so I didn't purchase this stuff. I found it, so I didn't break any laws there. I know that the wire itself was trash because they told me they weren't coming back for it. And then the question becomes these isolators or insulators. They don't appear to have any marking on them, first of all. But then I have to ask myself, what am I going to do with them? They're mostly porcelain. They're very heavy. I mean, you know, there's the metal in there too. So I think what I'll do is when it warms up a little bit and I can get them out of the frozen ground, I'll check them again and maybe reach out to Duke Energy and see what they want to do with them, if they want them back, if they forgot about them or something. I don't know. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do. What are your thoughts about this? What would you do with these big, heavy porcelain isolator things? And do you know what the laws are in your state with respect to this kind of material? All right, while we're thinking about that, enjoy these other videos. There's links popping up to take you to more shark scrapper content, and the round one in the middle is to help you to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next one.